But let me go back a little bit here and go back to the 2021 crop,
Sure.
because I think decisions have to be made, and depending how you address previous problems, that will lead to different numbers right now. The 2021 crop was a record crop without a doubt. We have a very high number, 49 millions for Arabica. It was one of the highest numbers out there when we published it. And then we did a stock survey in March 2020. I think it was in April, based on end of March numbers. And we found a lot more coffee than we were expecting in the stocks. And normally we ask our client base, so farmers, exporters that work with us, and co-ops that work with us, etc. And all those numbers came up surprisingly strong for the 2021 crop. And other people that did similar surveys, different methodology, but you have analysts that will ask the different warehouses for how much coffee they have, and they also came with huge stock numbers. So we have the just crop number up by 4 million bags, and 4 million bags out of 49. That's almost whatever 8% or so, quite significant. So, and then you need to make a decision. Do you increase the yields that maybe they were not properly assessed, or maybe you have a lag, maybe you didn't see enough farms, maybe there was a problem counting cherries, when maybe the conversion ratios were better than expected, etc. But you may also think about increasing area. And I think the area in Brazil has been increasing quite a bit over the last few years. Not last year because of the frost, not for the current crop, but certainly in previous years and the drought, etc. But certainly, I'm probably working with the area a little bit higher than maybe some other analysts, and then coming to this crop, of course, there were many issues. We had a very extensive drought until October last year that lasted 1 year, so from October to October, that impacted last year's crop, but also this year's. And also we have 3 frost episodes last year, including the worst frost in over 2 decades.
Yeah.
So we have drought and frost. However, then in October, we have a very, very good flowering process, and the expectations were much more optimistic. So I even thought Brazil could produce between 42 and 48 million bags of Arabica at that time, coming from that very, very good flowering. There was a disappointment in the end. It didn't fix very well.
Right.
And of course, on top of that, the farmer pruning was very high, and that was expected. We were expecting that. But yeah, the combination of those factors led us to an Arabica number of just over 41 million bags, 41.4 million bags of Arabica. So to be honest, by the time I went there, I was sort of expecting that result. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be a huge crop. However, the prices are very good. Farmers that produce some coffee, they're going to receive a very good compensation for that. And hopefully that will also mean that they will have the money to front any high fertilizer prices in the future. Luckily, we didn't see any big pest or disease, maybe a little bit of roca, maybe a little bit of rust. Rust was normal because it rained so much between December and February. And that's another major observation. The vegetative growth for the next crop, it has been impressive, really.
Right.
It's, if there wasn't a fertilizer issue, assuming normal weather, I will say Brazil could have a record crop next year. And the other observation was a very, very good conilon crop. Definitely a record crop. Is going to be used mainly in Brazil for the local consumption there, which is much more flexible than coffee demand outside of Brazil. But yeah, we're also going to see significant exports of Conilon.